Well, this has been an amazing week. I have so enjoyed meeting so many new people, hearing from the wonderful speakers, and enjoying all the features on the app. There have been so many highlights, but I have to say that live streaming our home education around the world session for 3 hours is probably the absolute cherry on top. Organizing a conference like this can be a challenge. It's sometimes a stab in the dark to know what the best dates would be for it to happen, how long to make it, and what content to offer, what the time and what the theme should be. There's so many considerations. Then you have to think who you want to invite to speak, and this isn't as always as easy as you might think. Sometimes people are not available, and if you have a theme in mind, you want to find people who you know will totally get that. And you have to think how much you should charge. Home educators are often on a single income, so you want to keep it affordable, but you have costs to consider, and there's no way to predict how many will attend. It's a bit tough to sort a budget, and a lot of it is just forging ahead and hoping for the best. With going virtual, there are other challenges. You need different help from volunteers than you'd need for a live conference, and not everyone is up for that. There's updating the website, there's sorting a program, trying to spread the word, and there's a lot of groups that won't allow you to promote the event, and trying to get out there on social media as much as possible. It is a challenge, but we've made it for another year. And I have said this before, but perhaps maybe not as much of it as I should, but this is our 10th year. Who would have thought when we started our conference as a small conference 10 years ago that this is where we'd be today? I could never have foreseen it. So I can't go without thanking tutors and exams for their support this year. I can honestly say that if it hadn't been for them, I'm not sure it would have been possible to run the conference on the Hoover app this year, as they enabled us to set it all up. They've made life so much easier for many home educators by setting up more and more exam centers across the country. I know for our family, it has made all the difference to not have to worry about exams for my children. With all the pandemic shambles, tutors and exams have gone to great lengths to help home educators and put as much support and help in place as possible. So please, a huge thank you to them for making our conference possible. And please, support them when you are able. So I want to say a bit about why we are here, how we've come to be here. Although home education is provided for in law, back in the 1950s, very few parents considered it an option. However, Joy Baker, a housewife with then 4 children, decided, based on her own very negative school experience, that she would not be sending her children to school. She said, "It simply did not occur to me that the education and upbringing of my children, provided they did not run wild, were not illiterate, and conducted themselves as civilized members of society, could be anything to do with anyone but myself, still less that it could concern some department of the state." Joy's journey and battles with her local authority are documented in her book, Children in Chancery. Joy was adamant that school was not the place for her children. The Education Authority requires children to receive educational suitable to their age, ability, and attitude, she said. But in practice, neither ability nor aptitude are taken into consideration, since children are directed to the school intended for children of their age nearest to their home. Since no 2 children are alike and age is no guide in determining a child's mental development, this means that schools cannot attempt to give an education suited to the needs of any child. And in 1952, the family began their first communication with the Department for Education when they were visited by a school attendance officer. And later on, Joy said, in fact, all the authority care about is not that the children should receive a suitable education, but that they should attend the nearest school. And what annoyed her even more is that it wasn't even enough for her to say that she was taking responsibility for their education and that her word was not enough. She said about one of the letters she received, what annoyed me about this letter, as it had in the earlier correspondence, was the apparently automatic dismissal of any statement made by the parent regarding the child's education, as if this must necessarily be worthless. So the battle went on for years. There were repeated attempts to get the children into school, repeated court battles. The children were forcibly removed at one point and made wards of the court at another point. And Joy eventually had 7 children while this was all ongoing. But Joy remained adamant. She said, most people have to live their lives as individuals and human beings should be individuals, yet we insist on inflicting on our children an education suitable only for members of a herd. No training is of any value for the developing child that does not leave full room for the encouragement of the child's expanding independence, initiative, and individuality, and this cannot be achieved through the mass discipline and crowd influence of school life. So on 15th of November 1961, Joy finally won her appeal and won the right to educate her children at home. She stated that no act of parliament is capable of deciding the upbringing and destiny of any individual child, and any act which restricts the natural right of the parent to care for the child is in breach of a higher law than that of parliament. With this in mind, there are currently plans to name a day after Joy Baker to celebrate her legacy and her contribution to home education in England. As an exasperated Mr. Sparrow explained, Parliament has never visualized a Mrs. Baker. There has never been another Mrs. Baker. And we want to celebrate Joy's life today. I've just noticed I'm not spotlit, which is a real pain because on the video it might not show up. I want to bring a special guest, a real surprise guest, to join me here. And I would like to introduce you to Tina. And Tina, I'm going to unmute you. I want you to perhaps, can you unmute yourself there?
Yes, done it, I think.
And Tina, who are you?
Got a bit emotional. Sorry. I'm Joy's granddaughter.
And we just
sorry.
Yeah, well, we want to welcome you here, Tina, and we want to, just really how encouraged we are by the story of your grandmother and her fight for home education all those years ago. And Joy's own children at this point in time, they remember the events as in a quite traumatic way, don't they? Yes, and so that is why, and that is why Tina is here representing the family.
I'm very, very, very pleased, and I know she's watching down now. I wish she was here. Sorry, yeah. I'm not used to it.
It's okay. It is so special to have you here today, and I really wanted to, I searched you out, didn't I? Because
you did a very good job.
because I felt that you've got people sending you virtual hugs, by the way, if you read the chat. People are thanking you here for being here, and so because for the generation above, remembering all of this is so
I'm the eldest granddaughter, and I lived with my nan for many years, and she would be so happy and pleased and thrilled that this is happening. She fought so hard for so long, and I can't tell you how much this means. It's phenomenal.
I can't tell you how much it means for us to have you here with you in the embrace, in the embrace of the home educating community, because her story means so much to us. the freedom that she fought for back then is actually the freedom that we are still fighting for today in a different way.
Absolutely.
Don't worry, Iona, I'll put your hand down. Okay, she's managed to put her hand down. So, but what I actually want to do here is I want to highlight some present day Joy Bakers. So I'm going to be adding some spotlights. So Liz Jenkins, thank you for everything you do for the home educating community. Lil, thank you for everything you do for the home educating community. Molly, thank you for everything you do for the home educating community. Ruth, thank you for everything you do for the home educating community. Joe, thank you for everything you do for the home educating community, even though you weren't looking. Rachel, thank you so much for everything you do for the home educating community. I'm looking here. Some people don't have their cameras on and I can't actually spotlight them. So sorry, guys, I wanted to. We have got, I could actually literally probably spotlight every single person here, which I can't do anymore. Apparently that's as many as I can do. But I want you to look at the person next to you in the, let me just see if I can maybe remove all the spotlights at once. Will it let me? I want you to look at the person next to you. That person is another Joy Baker. That person who is fighting for home education, fighting for their family, fighting for the rights of parents to home educate their children. So I am removing all of you, just it's just me and Tina. Well, we can go, we can disappear too for a minute, Tina, can't we? Oh, there we go. And we can go gallery view. If you want to make sure you're on gallery view, not on speaker view, we are all of these families. You might not be a Joy Baker yet. Some of you are still getting there, but I can guarantee you a couple of years of home educating will sort you out. And you will be the Joy Baker for your home educating community, whether it's a live community, whether it's an online community. We've got people here who go, I'm going to actually mention some things. We've got people behind the HE Byte, which makes sure that home educators stay up to date with all the things going on in Parliament and in the media. We've got Wendy Charles Warner and Alison Sauer, who do so much through education otherwise to support home educators. I've got here Roger Slack of CHESS, the Christian Home Education Support Services, Leah Bowden, who does Modern Miss Mason and supports many home educators. There are just so many. And we need to recognize that we now together can actually take that fight on as a community for the rights of home educators. But remind ourselves, you know, Joy Baker may no longer be with us, but her legacy lives on. And I just want to really, I'm going to bring Tina back in here because I'm so excited to have her here. So yeah, Tina, thank you for joining us. Thank you for being
Pleasure.
willing to come and be part of our event today and to see just how thankful people are. The comments here, we are all only here able to home educate because Joy was a woman that was ahead of her time and a visionary and a revolutionary woman. So
she
thankful.
Was a formidable woman, thank you.
Yeah, so thankful we have Tina here today and we can be in the space, okay? And thanks to me for talking about it all the time. So I want, you know, our theme of conferences here has been champions. Joy Baker was such a champion for her children. Primarily at the time, she was thinking of her children and her family. But we can continue that legacy by being champions for our own families, for the families around us, and just really continuing to promote the memory and to stand up for what is right, to stand up for, you know, that quote that I said, where there's a far higher law than that of Parliament, and to remind our parliamentarians of that. So thank you very much. And thank you, Tina. I'd like to just
No, thank you all.
we do a round of
Carried on her
applause.
memory, and it's amazing, absolutely amazing. She's up there and she's just jumping for joy. No pun intended. Yeah, no, but I just remember her being kind, lovely, a formidable woman, and very, very passionate about life itself and freedom. And I can't believe how proud I am, and I can't thank you all enough. Fantastic for carrying on the work that she started. You know, it's tremendous.
Well, we hope to hear a lot more from you in the future, Tina, and to involve you in some of our plans to continue to honor Joy's memory.
Thank you
and
so much.
uphold that legacy. So there are plans, and somebody said their daughter's called Joy, and she said, what a sign that she's doing the best thing. Yeah. And we are planning.
My middle name.
Good, that's good. And we're planning to have a Joy Baker Day. So look out for plans about that and get behind it. Let's really make this a big deal. So now I probably should get on to some of the important thank yous. So Tina, I'm going to remove your spotlight there, but please feel free to stay or go as you wish.
Lovely to see and meet you all. This has been amazing. I just want to say thank you for inviting me as well, Juliet, and you've done such tremendous work. Juliet, all of this wouldn't happen without you as well. My grandmother and you would have been fantastic friends.
Oh, I'm sorry I missed out on that, honestly.
So sending love and hugs to you all. I'll probably leave you to get on now because I'm very emotional.
Okay, bless you. Thank you,
Lovely
Tina.
to see so many of you.
Bye.
Take care. Bye. Thanks again, Juliet. Bye.
Okay, so thank you everybody for that. I think that was something, I hope, a special treat for all of you. Very exciting. So, okay, so I've thanked, yeah, everyone's emotional now. So I have thanked Tutors and Exams for their contribution. I also want to thank the volunteers. I don't think too many of them are in here. So we had quite a lot of volunteers helping early on in the week, but not all of them have made it here. But I can add Kat and where's, I've got to keep going to look for people. This is who is here. Anyone else in the room there, Kat, that you can find? If you can find them, please spotlight them. Because Anya is she still here? She was only going to.
Is she hiding?
Yeah, she did say she might only be able to join for a few minutes. You can actually search. Okay, now I think she's left. So yeah, so we had Kat and Ruth who are present here. Then we also had Anya, Rebecca, Lydia, and Doré. So Doré was mainly looking after the second Zoom account when we had doubled up. She was looking after that account, so she was on a lot. And then a special thank you to my daughter-in-law, Jade. So Jade is definitely not in the session. Is Lydia here? Go and find Lydia. Add her quick. Oh, we'll make you a co-host then, and you can go and find her. There you go. Go and find Lydia. Bring her here. And hi, Lydia. So thank you so much, Lydia. And thank you, even if hopefully if the other volunteers watch us on catch up, we want to thank them for their help. And Lydia was a novice this year, and she was soon operating like a pro. So well done. Thank you, Lydia.
You're welcome.
Yeah. And so my daughter-in-law, Jade, she's not here, but she will actually be the one processing this video and attaching the title slide and uploading it and putting it back in the app so that you can watch it. That's what she's been doing the entire week. She's given up her time to help with that, and I'm hugely appreciative. You cannot run something like this on your own. Just saying. So, and I really appreciate Ruth coming and helping after her experience with the chess conference, that she could come and bring that here, and I could hand over hosting powers to her. So I'm going to remove you guys again. Sorry, guys. Bye. Okay. Then I also want to thank our speakers. Now we had, I think, 47 or 48 speakers in the end. So I can't list all of them, but I do want to give a special thank you to Dr. Brian Ray for joining us this week. His contribution was invaluable, and I do hope that he's inspired those who've been thinking more politically and strategically, just inspired, that we take this job on, and given us some food for thought. And so much appreciated. Then I want to thank Leah Bowden for taking time. Yeah, there you are, Leah. I can see you out of her schedule to come in and join us and share this morning. So Leah runs Modern Miss Mason. You want to say anything, Leah?
It's just been an honor as ever. Juliet, you do such a fantastic job of gathering, well, from all across the world now, which is amazing. Never did you realize you'd be able to do that. So really just, yeah, thank you for asking me to be a part of it. It's been great, really good. Well done.
Okay. I think one of my co-hosts keeps muting me. It happens when you're letting people in. So, okay, so let's see, who else do we want to catch hold of? Okay, so then Alberta, I don't think Alberta's joined us this afternoon, but Alberta's session this afternoon was really, oh, there's Alberta, but she's got her picture off, so it probably won't let me spotlight her. So thank you, Alberta. And Susie Nyman, who her contribution is always wonderful. She's a really good speaker and encouraging, and I know those who were in her session really enjoyed it. Then we had all our global speakers. Thank you, Lisa. I see that. All our global speakers. We had Gail from Canada, Deborah from the USA, Alexei from Russia. Oh, shut up, Alexa. Sorry. Alexa thinks I'm calling her. Patricia and Heidi from Australia, Nadia from Jamaica, Jessica Parnell from the USA, Kat Patrick from the USA, Liz Gitonga from Kenya, Boa van der Eems from South Africa, Lisa Marie Blashke, American but living in Germany, Tim Chen from Taiwan, Gila from Israel, Erica from the United States, and Catherine Sunshine from Ireland. And Lil, I'd better say Scotland if I said Ireland. Thank you, Lil. But everyone, we had our panelists that were involved in all the political talks. Thank you so much for your contributions. I do hope you will go and watch all of those, because it is so important that you know what is going on, what is potentially on the cards for home educators in the UK if we don't take action and don't become a bit more proactive about promoting home education. So I think that's pretty much it. Anyone remember anything I should have said or want to say it on my behalf? You're welcome to take the mic. Oops, I'm still coming in.
I think
okay.
I think we do need to say a big thank you, obviously, to Juliet, because she won't say much about herself. So I don't know if anybody wants to give her a round of applause. It's a huge, honestly, you would not realise exactly how much work goes on into this thing, and she devotes weeks of her life to it. So yeah, thank you, Juliet. You are
Thank you, Kat. Thank you, Kat, and I appreciate all your support. So also we had a lot of exhibitors as well, and I really went with the exhibitors. I really sort of just thought, let's get as many in as we can this year, because we're all online. You can't go and visit places very easily, so the more you can see on the platform, the better. Yeah, and I mean, my family, I have to say thank you. The cups of coffee, so much appreciated. But really, what a great week. What a great week. And I think, yeah, I don't know if we want to just do a shout out, or, just, oh, yes, good call, Joe. So I've had a little private message. So even though this is our closing, we actually have one more session. And the session is quite important. And the reason we didn't do the closing after that session is that might be pushing it a bit. So tonight, at 7 p.m., anyone who wants to find out more about what's happening with respect to the political conversations, strategies, if you're a researcher who wants to get more involved, if you're if you're good with social media, if there's things that, you, even if you don't know what you can do, but you want to know how you can get involved, please try and come along tonight, because we're going to be talking about some of the plans, like Joy Baker Day and that kind of thing. We'll be discussing some of these plans that are afoot to put some strategies in place, and find out how you can get involved, and we'll sign you up. We'll absolutely 100% sign you up. So please join that session. I think it is vitally important that we build a strong and cohesive rubber band around this country of home educators. The rubber band makes us a bit flexible, so that we can be flexible with each other and not kind of constrain each other, but we need to kind of really be more active. Then Liz has asked, those who haven't been able to attend this week can still buy tickets. So we will keep ticket sales available, because you must agree that the content from this week, I mean, the ticket price would have been good for one day, but you got a whole week. So they can still access the app for the same 6 months as anyone else. And the app is actually kind of active for 6 months. I think you can still have conversations and everything there. You will notice it'll fizzle out a little bit and move like to other platforms, but you can still connect with each other there. And in fact, I have the app, the conference dates are technically till Monday, and that was purposely done. So I've got some overflow days. If you want to connect with anyone, you can set that up in the app until Monday. Yeah, and so please encourage anyone, because I think it is a great deal. And I think the speakers, I've been able to listen much more than I normally can to the speakers this year, and it's been just rich, absolutely rich content and encouragement, and there's a bit of a battle call as well. But the thing is to remember that we are all the ones that are now picking up that baton from Joy Baker and from others that have gone before us. It's a new era. It's a new generation of home educators coming in, and we need to make sure that we really support and get that message out there. I know I'm going on and on. I'm like, what else to say? What else to say? But it's important, So thank you very much. And thank you for joining me this week. Thank you for your comments. Thank you for your messages. Thank you for participating. Thanks for the conversations and the way you've supported one another on the app. I've seen all the lovely conversations, and how their people are so appreciative for the advice and help and support. And giving the space, because the app is a fantastic space for this community to happen for this period of time. Oh, Heidi, thank you for the shout out. I was going to announce winners, wasn't I? Okay, so I've got to do this now quickly. So now many of the exhibitors had competitions and so on, and they will obviously hopefully go and pick their own prize winners. Exhibitors, if you want me to send out an announcement at all that goes to everyone on the app to say who prize winners are, I can do that as well. Now I need to find, me and my fingers that click the wrong thing all the time. So they've made it very easy for us these days to find the winners. So the photo contest. Okay. The most photo with the most votes. I saw her here a minute ago. Where's she gone? I wanted to highlight her. Let me find her. Oh, there she is. Katie, it's you. So your photo got the most votes. And the prize for that is a mug of your choice from my Bold and Free website. And let me give Bold and Free a little plug here. So Bold and Free is a website I created where I design t-shirts and mugs and that kind of thing with positive, funny, tongue-in-cheek sort of sayings about home education. The idea is that, while you're out and about, you can spread the message about home ed and maybe get some conversations going. So you can choose a mug from Bold and Free. I will be in touch with you, Katie, about that. So well done to Katie. Okay. Yeah, please, at the moment, by the way, if you want to order anything Bold and Free, the company's putting their prices up soon. So, you know, I'm going to have to put my prices up. Leaderboard. Okay, do we have Nicole Carbank on is she here? Nicole. So our leaderboard competition, the winner is Nicole Carbank, and she got 102,900 points on the leaderboard. That means she was very active, and I did see her really messaging and encouraging and getting very involved, throwing herself in. Our second prize was Natalia. Natalia, you were second in the leaderboard competition. There she is. And Neil was third. And I did joke with Neil because I saw him climbing up there, up the leaderboard there, working very hard to be involved. So well done. I haven't sort of really made second and third prizes, but I'll look into it for you. Okay, so well done. And all your individual exhibitors, if you've got prizes, let me know and I can announce them on the app, so we can just get the word out there. And as a last thing, before they choose those prize winners, go and look. I know Heidi. Let me quickly pinpoint Heidi, because Heidi's from Changemaker Teens, and Heidi actually gave a donation to the conference as well. Do you want to quickly unmute Heidi and tell them what your big prize is?
Yes, everyone. A big part of the future is to develop entrepreneurial skills potentially in our youngsters. And so one of our prizes is a Young Entrepreneur Academy 4-week course. So 1 to 2 hours a day is required. It's for tweens, 10 to 13, and then 14 to 18. So there's a choice. So even if you've got the younger ones, please come and join. $3,997 US it's worth. So haven't got enough entries yet. So please come along and enter that. It'll be lovely to give that away.
That's on the Changemaker Teens site. And there are many other deals and offers, discount offers, coupons, and all of that. So please go and support them. Go and have a look, go and see what, because you may pick up a prize today. Do you want to give a quick end date for that, when you want to close your competition?
Yes, we'll have a look on when the app closes, well, on the conference closing, so Monday. But if we've got less than 100, we may even leave it 3 months, you know, because the next course, I'll let you know the dates of the Young Entrepreneur Academy course in the UK and around the world. There's a few of them around the world. So we'll draw it a couple of weeks before the next course, I think.
Great, thank you.
Let it set. And you can invite your friends. Come on.
Yeah, great. Thank you so much, Heidi, because that is great, like a huge value that is. So don't hesitate. And as I said, many of the other exhibitors, I have been to go and have a look at the prizes, and there's some great prizes there. So go for it. Okay, guys. Well, thank you. That wraps up our Learn Free Conference 2021. But see you tonight.